Hey, this is Jamey. Got a question. Are you having trouble retaining good staff? If you are, I completely understand, especially right now in today's climate. There's a lot of people out there looking for people, and there's not enough staff, specifically, clinicians and therapists out there to hire. So there's a lot of competition. It reminds me of the time where in 1 year, this is crazy, but in 1 year, I either fired or people quit 13 people within 12 months in my practice. Now, if I had a practice of, let's say, 100, 150 employees, that wouldn't be really that bad. But no, my practice was 6 people. 6 people, and that was including me. So 6 people including me, I had 13 people that quit or I let go. Well, you're probably thinking, how bad of a person are you? Well, you know what? I didn't think I was that bad of a person. But what I learned are a couple things, and those are the things I want to share. I'm going to sit down here for a minute. Here's what I learned. I learned that, first of all, you have to provide clear expectations. If you're not providing clear expectations to people, then they don't know really what's expected of them. So they might think like, hey, I'm doing a really good job, and then you're thinking, Mary, you're not doing a good job. You're at 65% utilization. We require 85% utilization or productivity, whichever term you use. And a lot of that was happening in my business. I would be like, okay, these people could be doing much better, but they thought they were doing well. And the reason was I wasn't clear in what I expected of them. So that's a tip number one. Be clear in what's expected. So if it's a front desk person, be clear in what you expect. What should they, what is the ultimate outcome of the job? How are you going to measure their success in the position, whether it's cancellations, which is visits or conversions or whatever. Same thing with your therapist. Is it utilization, the number of visits they see? Is it their cancellation rate? Is it how they properly bill? Just be clear in what you expect. So that's really the tip number one. The other tip is be consistent. Have regular communication with your team. There was a time where I was having staff meetings like once a month, and even then it was just me getting up there and just talking, as I can do, until like all of a sudden a patient walked in the door and the staff meeting had ended. There was no structure to the staff meeting. There was no really depth of communication. There was no organization to it. So having regular communication with your team, whether it's weekly staff meetings or something like that, is critical because it lets them know where they are at all times, and also it lets you know what problems or challenges they might be having. So you're able to address it right then and there. I always like to say that we're in a week-to-week business, right? So after a week, you want to review how the week went, what's working, what can be improved, maybe what's not working. So having regular communication with your team, either in staff meetings or one-on-one conversations, can really help and prevent people then all of a sudden submitting that, resignation letter on your desk, which is just no worse feeling than that. So, there's a couple of tips. I hope that helps you. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment area. Other than that, be on the lookout for other, helpful tips that I'll be providing in the future. Have a wonderful day.